This is gonna be the intro, and that's pretty much it.
See, kids, that's what happens when you play with beer.
Somebody wrote me an email the other day. They said, dude, I really wish you would stop drinking. Like, they're concerned about my drinking. Let me tell you one thing. I've been drunk like twice in my entire life. I do this for flavor. And, swear to God, I'm not drunk right now.
But you will be.
You just watch me get fucking drunk. Tell me not to drink. I will find you, sir, and I will put a funnel in your mouth, and I will feed you quality beer until you learn your place. Learn your fucking place. Tell me what to do. All right, that's enough of that. I love you. Enough that I'm going to shove a funnel in your mouth and pour beer down your throat.
I wouldn't find that bad at all. I mean, good beer. But that'd be a waste of good beer because you don't want to chug it.
I'll pour it slowly over a period of time while petting your head to reassure you that I won't kill you. I'll probably kill you anyway, but that'll be later. First question is from Ben. Do you have an ETA for the AMD FX 8350 review / overclocking video? I'm itching to know. Yeah, I do. Like, we'll do it next week, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a video on the 8350, which is somewhere sitting over there on the desk. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Can you, Max? Nope.
It's just out of frame, like, inch.
And we're going to put that up against the 3570K and the 3770K and just see what's up. We're going to try it in many different programs because a lot of people immediately say, like, bro, get the i5 or the i7, it murders it. But that's not the case in every application and every program and everything. Yeah. Because there are some areas in which the 8350 excels, and there are some areas in which it's better than the equivalent Intel. Also, the price is pretty low. I keep seeing the price go up and down, so it's a good CPU. We're going to play around with it, and it's very overclockable, which is another thing. I think you can probably push it farther than you can push the Intel equivalents, but we are going to find out from a non-fanboy standpoint just which is better for what. We will tell you.
I got the 8120 up to 4.6, and that's stock 3 gigahertz.
Yeah.
And that was stable, and the temps were 2-3 degrees higher than normal.
On air cooling.
Yep.
I mean, it was like high-end, air cooling. We had the NZXT Havoc 140, so that thing's epic. Next question is from Zarin. Hey, Logan. Now, I will keep this short and sweet. Thank you very much. I was wondering if you ever thought about making more music like you did with the 8-bit Earslayer album. Now, as soon as I saw that beauty on sale, I purchased it, and I must say that I really enjoyed it. I would love to hear more like it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff, dude. We got the next Zweihander album coming out soon. No, like a couple months, I would say at least, because it's going to take me a while to put together all the songs. And I'm kind of feeling more dark and weird. Like, the first one, I was a little bit afraid to go, like... I kept doing, like, all minor stuff and all weird, dark stuff, and I was like, no, I should probably... make it a little bit less dark and weird, but this time I don't even care anymore, dude. I'm just gonna make whatever I want to make and then see if you guys like it. And if you don't, I don't care. I just don't care. That's how the world works.
Make a Silent Hill reference.
By all means, do it.
You went from Lost Boys straight down to Pornography, which was a darker album, down to what was that album? It's just like he went from like happy to dark and sad, and now he's just like middle ground.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
Robert Smith, The Cure. It's okay.
I don't have any idea.
A lot of those artists were like...
emo before emo.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was happy in his first few albums and all.
So he's hipster emo.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Freebaser. Hey Logan, what are your thoughts on frame latency and how big of a factor should it be in choosing a video card? Good question, dude. Now this is kind of strange right now because a lot of the AMD cards are faster, like as far as FPS is concerned, but the NVIDIA cards have a better frame latency. Now, Max, you're more of a pro at this than I am, so can you explain frame latency to our audience?
From what I gathered and been reading on this whole nonsense, because I saw the 99th percentile test on a lot of review sites, and I'm like, what is this? So the further I dug, I went, oh, it's that last percentage of a frame that gets rendered in. That's always the longest frame, because whenever it's the same deal in 3D programs like Maya, when you're rendering an application, it'll render really fast up until like the last 2-3%, and then it slows down because it's recalculating the whole frame.
That's why when you're rendering something like in Adobe Premiere or whatever, it goes all the way up to 99%, and then it stays at 99% for like a minute and a half, and then it's done.
Yeah, it's recalculating the whole frame, making sure every bit is where it should be.
Right.
And that's what that last percent
And that's
is.
the latency.
That's the latency.
Now, the NVIDIA cards in general have better latency this time around, which is weird, but when you look at them side by side, it does look smoother, even though the AMD may be running at a higher FPS. Now, with a lot of games, it doesn't matter. I mean, if it's a close race and you've got an AMD graphics card and it's running at 300 frames per second and the NVIDIA for the same price is running at 150 frames per second, get the AMD. But if it's a very similar race, like the AMD is only 10 FPS ahead, the NVIDIA may very well look smoother because the frame latency is better this generation. This may all change once we get around to the next generation, which is coming soon for AMD and maybe early Q2 for NVIDIA. I'm thinking late Q1 is what we'll see, like April, something like that. It may change because we never know what's going to happen in each generation, but that's a really good question. So I would really, I would put a lot of weight into frame latency because it will make your gameplay look smoother, and that's very important. So, and like I said, it's only if it's similar, like in performance. If AMD blows it out of the water, then get the AMD. All right, this show is brought to you by Goo Gone. The stuff that dreams are made of, the stuff that removes the goo, the stuff that makes the goo go away. Goo Gone. For all your masking tape, paint varnish, gum, grease and tar, and glue needs. Goo Gone is just the stuff to remove that shit. Next question from Jeremy. High-Tech Syndicate, Logan, Wendell, Max, et al. I enjoy watching your channel and look forward to each new episode with great anticipation. Hey, my wife even enjoys the show and she's not techie at all. Keep up the good work. We like it that you guys are not sponsored and thereby biased in your opinions. It's a great attribute these days. When fanboys speak, all I hear is white noise. To my question, I am bamboozled. You have to say that like an announcer on a football game. I have no idea. I am bamboozled by the various different memory latency and megahertz options available. Given the same type of memory, example, DDR3 at 1.5 volts is a low CL, cast latency, more important than high megahertz. Please explain where the different types would be beneficial. Example, CAD, video, editing, gaming, day-to-day computing, office mail, browsing, thanks in advance. Jeremy. All right, well, in general, in my personal experience and in your experience, Max, a lower latency is better for like programs like Premiere and rendering. But overall, the megahertz is more important. And let me just go ahead and give you some real-world examples. So let's say you've got 1600 megahertz memory and you've got 1866 megahertz memory. The 1600 megahertz memory has a cast latency of 8, and the 1866 memory has a cast latency of 10. You're doing rendering most of the time. I would favor the cast latency. Now, the way cast latency works versus megahertz is just the speed at which, the frequency at which it all operates. And that's the frequency at which it communicates with the rest of the system, like it communicates with the CPU and everything like that. And then front side bus and et cetera, et cetera. The cast latency is the amount of time it takes for each row to, like this row. How's it work, Max? I'm like stuttering over here.
The easiest way to put it is basically between each row of chips, basically each piece of memory knows how to read it. So it's like filling it up, and that's the latency between like,
Well, we're gonna do a video on this entirely. We're both like just like.
It's crazy. Like the describe in layman's terms is almost impossible because it's literally like the read and write performance.
I think we can do that in layman's terms. I think we can do it. We'll make a video pretty soon on like hard drives and CAS and RAM and motherboards and your wax and all that kind of stuff. But it's basically the speed of the memory on the chip versus the megahertz at which it communicates or the speed at which it communicates with the rest of the system. So if you're doing gaming and stuff, get the the highest megahertz, whatever, you'll be fine. The cast latency is very important for things that just eat up all your RAM, like general computing. Cast latency can really help if you have tons of things. If you're a multitasker, that can help. If you're doing tons of stuff with Premiere and stuff, that can help. And but back to what I was saying, if you're looking at like 1600 and 1800 with a lower latency, you get the 1600 with lower latency. But if you're looking at 1600 and 2400, like this just beast right here, stuff 2400 megahertz, makes me salivate. It's been sitting there for like a week and it's salivate all day. If you're looking at the two of those and maybe the latency on this is 10 and the latency on the 1600 is 8, dude, get this. Get the 2400. So if there's a big delta between the two as far as megahertz is concerned, get the higher one. If it's a very similar delta, like, 2133, 1866, and the cast latency is like a couple lower on the 1866, and you're only going to be doing editing, do that. If you're doing gaming, get the higher. I hope that makes sense. Our next question is from Metal Jesus. You mean like Metal Jesus like Metal Jesus, or Metal Jesus like Mecha Jesus?
Or Mecha Jesus the mechanic.
Mecha Jesus the mechanic is where I take my car. I think he goes by Jesus though. I don't know. Man, he can sure turn a wrench. Metal Jesus says, "Hi, I enjoy your show a lot, but there's one thing that irritates me. You talk a lot about community and shit, and it sounds a bit creepy to me. Is it so important to categorize people into communities and stuff instead of attracting a natural, independent thinking people who can just enjoy your show? Aren't you a bit afraid that Tech Syndicate ends like a 12-year-old Nazi bunch arguing who is more community helping jerk or something? P.S. Logan, can you please shawe your beard for me?" Shawe? S-H-A-W-E, shawe. Oh, I think this is shawe. I'm shawing my beard for you, sir. Shawe. Yes, very good. I shawed it for you. P.S.S. Nothing against your beard. I was just curious if you would do it or not. Yeah, sure, dude. I'll shawe my beard for you. Shawe. That's how you do it, right?
Pretty sure that's how you do it.
Yeah, I read a book. I'm well read. And if you're not well read, then I'm more well read than you. Your Metal Jesus with love and peace and coconuts and stuff, Metal Jesus. All right, so we talk about community a lot, and I really don't want zealots on the website. I really don't want to be more than just a member of the community. Like, I know we're making the videos, for the community, and we're doing a lot of things for the community. Doesn't like when I use that word, but I mean that's really what we have here, and the thing is that I think what we need to encourage is independent thought even within our own community. We don't want people to start becoming something just because everyone else is that. So if I see that kind of thing, I do want to discourage it, and I want everyone to be sure that they can be themselves and can say whatever they want, and they can. If we create the best online community, what the fuck is that?
For the greater good.
Yeah, I mean everyone can't be an individual in the world. That's not the way human beings work. I mean, you can go live in the woods if you want. That's fine with me. Sure, why not? But human beings are social creatures, and they work together. They talk a lot. This thing's just going to have to cut all this out. This fucking thing. And I got a good one coming. Human beings are communal animals. So you are going to have communities. You're going to have one person who tries to emulate another. And that's not cool, but that's just the way things work. And I'm hoping that we can create a community in which people are less likely to do that. I also want to say that I do believe that it is wrong to influence people. It is good to educate people, but I feel that it is wrong to influence people in a way that, forces them to think in a way that they normally would not think without, just educating them. That's the way you do it. You educate them, give them the knowledge, and you can give your opinion as well. Like, hey, here's this new game called Chivalry. Here's what it does. Here's how it looks. I freaking love it. Read what I think, but form your own opinion. And then what we need to do as a community is all make sure that we accept everybody else and their opinion and not try to influence them. Try to educate them as much as possible. Give them what you think, but don't expect them to be you. Does that make sense? Am I being sappy?
Well, you teach them how to think, not what to think.
There you go. Yes. You know what? You said everything I just said in like one sentence. Teach them how to think, and don't tell them what to think. And I think if we can develop a community like that, we won't be a bunch of creepy 12-year-old Nazis that argue, he was the more community helping jerk. I don't think we have that right now. We are growing, and there are like a lot of people that are showing up that I just banned somebody today. That felt good. Every time he goes to our website from now on, he's going to be redirected to something very offensive.
Excellent.
You get yourself banned, yeah, you're going to be redirected to something very offensive.
Or if you're a Chinese spammer, prepare to die.
Yeah, what's up with China, man? Guys, China, we like you guys. Why can't you guys stop spamming us?
We don't want dresses.
Really? We don't want dresses? We don't want fucking Nike shoes? Every day, it's like, did you see what we post? Maybe, post a Shimian monitor from Korea, and I'll probably buy one, and you'll make some commission.
Or
And then I'll ban your ass still, but I'll buy one first.
some really cool boots, maybe.
Some fucking boots, dude. Straps and leather and whatnot.
If you're gonna spam right.
Learn to spam, you Chinese dress pushers.
I know there's a few members in our forum that would like to wear a dress.
Anyone we know?
Probably not.
Next question is from Gamerkin. Hello, how are you and how is your work? I hope that all is well with you. My name is Ruth Fred. Your email today, and when I was browsing looking for honest partner, then I feel to drop this email address there so that we can know each other and exchange our pictures. And we matter. What matters is love we share with each other. I'm waiting to hear from you. I don't know what to say. Yeah, Ruth, you and I. How much money is it going to cost? Just tell me right now, because I'm so smitten. This email has me so smitten. Oh my God, I want to know who you are, Ruth. I need your naked body on mine. Oh, Ruth. Oh, God, Ruth. I need you. This email was so well written that I know you're a scholar, and I love scholars. I like to have sex with scholars.
Because they're of age and consensual.
Yeah. And people used to call me a scholar caller because I would have them on speed dial. Go fuck yourself, you spammer. All right, next question really is from Gamerkin. Hi, hello, bonjour, a bunch of weird letters. Hola, oi. Whatever the fuck that is. Greetings from Cali to Logan, Max, Wendell, and the whole Raise the World team. Exclamation point, dude. Thank you for that exclamation point. I like your enthusiasm. First of, I love you all, and you guys are by far my favorite YouTube channel. YouTubers, I look forward to your videos all freaking week. I first got hooked when you posted the Has Apple Invented Anything video. It had around a couple hundred views. I have no idea how I ran into that video, but I'm so glad I did. You guys inspired me to ditch my lame console and build a beast PC. Thank you for that. So my question today is mainly towards Logan, but if Max and Wendell can give their input, it would be awesome. Hopefully I spelled Wendell's name right. Yes, you did, sir. If not, I apologize. My question is, what is your American dream? Oh God, this is gonna get sappy. I should really read these before I go on the show, but whatever. If you do not have one, give me your outlook on it. Is it significant or relevant anymore? Does the media or society treat it as a misconception, or do they shroud corrupt the American dream to make everyone's dream similar in some sort of way? Well, hopefully you understand my question. If not, well, that life ain't it. P.S. I love you all very much. I hope the best for this channel and website. You guys are a bunch of studs. LOL. Well, thanks for reading. Right bracket. Tito. 2 exclamation points. What? The American Dream? I've been reading The Great Gatsby too much.
It's a terrible book.
Dude, the American Dream is a freaking fallacy. It's a fraud. It's what they want you to think. It's just some nonsense to get you to be more patriotic. I don't know. Max, what do you think? I don't have any opinion about the American Dream. Just whatever. It's capitalist. Even though we're not capitalist, we're a market society because our money really kind of rolls around. But
Really does roll around on the floor of a strip club. That's the American dream.
the American Dream. Make all the money. You know, Eddie Izzard. American Dream. Make all the money in the world and shove it in your ears. Pfft. That's his
I would
on.
agree with that.
Yep. So that's what we're doing right here. I mean, we don't care about you guys as a community. We're fucking capitalist. We're going to take all your money and stick it in our ears. Whee!
Be Scrooge McDuck. Just sit in a giant bank vault swimming in money.
Yeah.
And die of copper poisoning.
The American Dream is greed, sir. It's like the American Dream. Let's see if I can do this. There's a lot of people in here who, I mean, the American Dream is not an American thing. It's like sort of a global thing. But the idea is that you get all the money, put it in your ears. And a lot of the people who work with, who really, really, I guess, embody the American Dream happen to be sociopaths or psychopaths. So this is an interesting read here. I recommend it. Let's put it back over there by the Bible so it can fight. with the Bible and Dawkins. There we go. They'll fight it out and see who wins next week. Better stay tuned. I don't know, dude. Just live. Why we even answer questions like this? It gets all deep and stupid.
I would agree with what you just said. Just live. Just be yourself. Be a human being. Don't listen to what somebody else tells you, because their view is not your view. You should not share their view if you don't agree with it.
But you better agree with our community.
Yeah. Or we'll come find your house and throw marshmallows at you.
I'm kind of curious now. Like, dude, I hope you chime in on this. Like, what is your idea of the American dream? I mean, we've seen it in TV and movies and literature for the last 100 years, and the founding documents of this country have slight inklings to what it could be, but...
Well, it's like I look at it like a giant pool. The American dream used to be a nice, clean lake. Now it's a chlorinated pool that everybody pees in.
I should let her write my responses because you're very good at being succinct.
Yeah, and my analogies just go to pee jokes and pools.
So, the moral of the story, go piss in a pool.
Pretty much. That everybody else is pissed in.
Yeah. What? I love it. Next question is from somebody. I forgot to write down their name, but I don't even care. Oh, it's from my beard. It's from my beard. All right. Happy Christmas to you and everyone else in there. I did eat your cookies. Sorry. Sincerely, your beard.
I didn't know your beard was Mexican.
Of course it is. It's red. Of course it's from Scotland. I always say that when I see a Mexican outside. Go back to Scotland, you Mexican. I'm racist. I want all the Muslims to go back to Ireland, all the Mexicans to go back to Scotland, and all the white people to go the fuck back to Europe so we Native Americans can have our country back.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I'm a European. I'm all up in your...
You're all up in... You're all up, like, just wiping your genitals on my property.
But it feels so good.
It's because it's soft and wonderful. Our native property is soft and wonderful. Just like West Virginia. It's wild. It's wild and wonderful. My hand on the back of your head. It's wild and wonderful like West Virginia. Guys, this is the sound clip of the fucking century. Just play it over and over to your girlfriend. Your boyfriend. It's instant undergarment removal. Yeah. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But that's all we have time for because we have to go and drink more beer. Is this awkward enough for anybody?
I don't know.
Oh, where's Goo gone? If you don't buy Goo gone, the devil takes you to hell.
And he'll just cover you in goo gone.
He's going to cover you in goo, and there will be no Goo gone because you didn't buy any.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be aired at the end of the year, basically, almost, so...
Oh. Happy New Year, y'all.
Or whenever this will be shown.
I really like the Lunar New Year. I kind of celebrate Solstice and Lunar New Year. It's fun.
That's the better ones.
Well, it makes sense to me because it's fucking science.
I actually celebrate the Mars New Year.
Why not?
You gotta be with the times, man.
Pluto New Year.
Pluto?
Yeah. I'm gonna do Uranus here. You know, that's a new year.
Yeah. We can all gather around Uranus and celebrate. Maybe we'll light a fire in Uranus. Why do we do this show?
Fuck it, Alpha Centauri New Year.
Yeah. Was it 4 light years? Yeah.
Betelgeuse?
14 light years? I don't even know. No, that's
Proximus Centaurus? Or Centaurus Proxima?
All right, I love you all. I seriously do, even though I pretend not to. I have to because I got to remain this cold, dark figure on the internet with a crooked beard. That's what I do. I hope Krampus comes in your sleep and wets his whistle in your refrigerator with your apple cider that you purchased for $4. It was a bit expensive, wasn't it? But I hope Krampus comes and drinks it all. And then I hope he nibbles on your thigh while you sleep. All right, bye everybody. Subscribe, please. We need it. Oh God, if you don't subscribe, guys, They're probably going to go out of business. Bad. Bye.